Welcome to the Matt Beck Podcast. Woke up this way. He's got a lot of cool stuff he's gonna show you today. The latest news, industry topics, and business tips. For all hairstylists and salon owners, it's time to flip the script. Grab your precision scissors, barber combs, and swivel twist razors. Let's cut a bob, a quick shag, pixie cut with a little bit of flavor. Check out the live classes, product reviews, let's rock on. Don't forget to check out freesaloneducation.com. I woke up this way. It's gonna be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray
What's up, guys?
Flip it. I woke up this way.
Welcome to the show. Super excited today. I got a special guest and good friend, Ricardo from Orlando, Florida. So we're going to hear what he's got going on. He works for Joico, if you guys don't know him. Ricardo Santiago. So we're going to share some videos that I've created with him in the studio. So I'm really excited for that. We're going to do a root smudge today. We're going to do a whiteout today. And we're going to do some fashion colors all in one show. So without further ado, here is my pal, Ricardo. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good. Welcome to the show. What?
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. That intro song, man. You got me on that intro song.
I gotta get. Yes, it's a good one, right?
It's nice.
It's funny.
Nice.
It's funny what you can pay people to do for you.
Yeah. I want to know who freestyled that for you. That's what I want to know. Who's the rapper?
Yeah. Well, if anybody wants to have their own rap song, it costs about $40, and you just go to Fiverr, I think it's called, and you type in rapper, and there you go. It'll make you a rap song, whatever you want. I just said, here's a video. This is what I do, and can you make me a rap song? And it literally 24 hours later, he sent me that. So it's pretty amazing.
That's freaking great.
Yeah, there's some talented people out there. All right, Lynn's got to grab her coffee. Lynn, go get your coffee. Guys, happy Friday. You guys are awesome. I see all of you in the chat. I see all these familiar names. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Ricardo, let's talk about you for a second because just in case people haven't seen you on the show circuit, you're all over the place when there is hair shows, doing platform work for Joico. So let's talk about that. How long have you been doing that? How long have you been a hairdresser? Those kind of things.
Cool. So I've been with Joico now for, I think we're going on 6 years. Actually, this summer. So coming up here in a month or two, it'll be about 6 years that I've been with them, and pretty much been doing the stage stuff and the shows with them like within a few months of joining the team. So it was great. I did have a background already of doing education and doing shows and platform work. So Joico saw that and they kind of fast tracked me through my new hire and put me straight up on stage within, my first year or so. And it's pretty much been an uphill climb ever since.
Yeah. And and you do a lot of their, not only the platform work, but you did these videos with me. You're constantly doing their IGTV live things. I guess it's not IGTV live, but Instagram lives for them and all of that as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm blessed to be one of those few artists that gets to do like a little bit of crossover work. So I do a lot of work with the PR side. And then we also do a lot of work, obviously, on the education side, on the shows, circuit, and all that stuff. So it's cool to kind of be able to have like one foot in each door, as you could say, between both sides of the company.
For sure. And what you guys are going to learn and what you'll see, one of the things that I admire about you, watching you work in person up close, is your attention to detail when you're working. Like, you work through a coloring technique like most precision haircutters do in haircutting.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I came up like really admiring those guys, especially you see a lot more of that on like the European side. I feel like the people are very like focused, meticulous with the precision work and all that. So that was something that I just adapted into the way that I work, whether it was coloring or cutting or even styling and sectioning, all that stuff. I feel like if you can bring that kind of level to it and everything, then it's just going to elevate you as an artist overall.
For sure. So what I want you guys to see now, we're going to roll the first video. This is a root smudge from Ricardo, also from Joico Education on Demand. Thank you to them for allowing us to play these videos that we created. And if you want to see more of these videos, go to Joico Education on Demand. Actually, a lot of those videos were filmed right here in the FSE studio. So hope you guys like this video. We're going to roll it. And if you have questions, post them in the chat, and then we'll answer them directly after. And if you have a question, put Q in front of your question so that I can easily find them and see them in the chat, because I can see all of you guys from YouTube to Facebook, all over there. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Here's the video. Let's roll.
Hi everyone, I'm Joico International Guest Artist Ricardo Santiago. Welcome to Joico's Education on Demand, your online source for salon classes and education 24/7. Today's class is all about toning the hair. Today I'm going to share with you all the important steps to toning perfection with Lumishine Demi-Permanent Liquid Color and Blonde Life Quick Tone Liquid Cream Toners. Let's get started. First, pre-treat the hair with the next generation in bond building Defy Damage Pro Series 1 Bond Protecting Color Optimizer. Vigorously shake the can and angle it downwards as you spray the hair in short bursts, 3 to 6 inches away from the hair. Defy Damage is an easy-to-use spray-on bond protector that will provide 80% less breakage, make the hair 5 times stronger, and maintain over 90% color vibrancy. That makes all my color clients happy to know their color is going to last longer and their hair will be stronger. Apply it to horizontal sections about 2 inches apart. This will help to protect the hair from damage during the chemical services. I like to comb through for even distribution throughout the hair. You can already see shiny, healthier looking hair. Next, section the hair into quadrants. For this technique, I'm going to use the following formulas. Formula 1 is Lumishine Dimensional Deposit Demi-Permanent Cream Color 6 NWB and 8N mixed with 5 volume Lumishine Developer. Formula 2 is Lumishine Demi-Permanent 6 NWB, 7 NWB, and 10 NWB mixed with 5 volume Lumishine Developer. Start at the nape, take diagonal partings, and apply Formula 1. Follow the hairline. Take diagonal partings to help diffuse the shadow root. Here is a tip. Maintain the angle of your partings until you reach the occipital bone area. Then, start to pivot and over-direct your application as you work up the head. This will provide a seamless blend and transition for your root smudge instead of making it look like regrowth. Over-direct the next section as you paint the formula on. Next, apply Formula 2 from mids to ends, melting into the shadow root. Using the right tools for the right service is very important. Because my client is already blonde, I add dimension by going darker. I chose Lumishine Demi-Permanent Dimensional Deposit Creams because these deposit-only creams allow me to tone, gloss, glaze, low light, root smudge, color melt, cover graze, and blend. There is a difference in service applications when choosing which product to go to. When I want to gloss and tone or refresh the mids and ends of my client's hair, I use Lumishine Demi-Permanent liquids. When I want more opacity and long-lasting dimensional low lighting services, I use Lumishine Demi-Permanent DD creams. The difference is in the opacity. The liquids are translucent and sheer, while the creams are more opaque. Because I have these, I know I have the right products for any client coming into the salon. Starting in the front, take strong diagonal back sections to apply the formula, creating a seamless blend. Process for 20 minutes. Shampoo with Defy Damage Protective Shampoo and treat with Defy Damage Pro Series 2. Rinse and apply Defy Damage Protective Shield throughout the mids and ends. Finish the look with a little Joico Beach Shake Dry Texturizing Finisher for soft, shiny waves that look beach made, only better. I hope you enjoyed this class. For more classes like the one you just watched, be sure to check out our digital education library linked in the description below. Thank you for watching.
Beautiful work, pal. Beautiful work.
Thanks, man. that video was so rough, man. Those days of shooting were brutal.
Let's talk about that for a sec. So first off, let's talk about that first, and then I want to go into one other thing. But those days, like just to get that video shoot, like literally, people need to understand. We get 6 a.m. 6 a.m. we get here into this building, and then leaving around 9 p.m. right to get.
Yeah.
We shot more than that video, but those are long days of shooting, and you're you were a champ on that. So
yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, so it takes like I feel like a lot of people probably think you just jump up there, you do the color, you talk through it, and that's it. But there's so many. It's so much harder to do it on camera than like I'd rather be on a stage in front of like 2,000 people than be in front of a camera with like our director of operations or director of PR sitting right behind, and I'm just like crazy nervous. And like the whole time, Matt's just there. He's like, "Hey, man, it's cool. Don't worry." He's like, "Look, we can redo it if you want." He's like super chill about it, so it makes it a lot easier with that. But man, those days, especially having to like say the names, it's like demi-permanent dimensional deposit, blah blah. Like they make you hit all those points.
Yeah,
it was rough. It was rough, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I want to talk. So I do actually want to bring up some points on this product because this is Defy Damage Pro Series 1, right? And literally a game changer from a product standpoint, because instead of adding things to your color, and you're a colorist, so tell me the benefits of that and what you feel like you get from that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've never really been a big fan of bond builders. I worked with several brands actually of bond builders in like the early stages of it. Yeah. And I just never really got I never felt like I got enough of a benefit for the added time or for me having to change my formulas. And it sometimes made things unpredictable, or it would feel great like when they leave. And then in a couple of weeks, I get a message from the client saying, "Hey, my hair doesn't feel the same." So I was pretty skeptical in the beginning when we were coming out with Defy Damage, but they blindsided me. They had me come over to LA to do the video shoot without knowing what it was for.
Okay.
And when I was there, I really like that. I put it through a test because they had close to 20 different artists and colorists that were there from all over the world to do this video. And I was, I think, one of the only ones that had to do a real like full-on transformation from box black hair color to something like a sunset type color of color intensities. So I went through like 3 processes, double process lightning plus the depositing and the toning and the depositing and all that stuff. And when I finished, dude, the color and the hair, I swear to you, in her case, her hair felt like it was better than when I started. Granted, that's not going to be the case with everyone, but I think her hair just took it really well. And so for a bond builder, it's more than that. It strengthens the bonds. It protects the bonds. It rebuilds those bonds. So it does so much in such a quick and easy application because it's aerosol. You get better lift, you get better deposit, and you don't have to put so much effort into it. It's just quick and easy. Nice.
There was a question, can you use it with any brand of color? I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I'm sure you can, but I'm sure the recommendation is obviously to use it with Joico color, but if somebody wanted to try it out and they don't currently use Joico color, they can use it with anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The only real recommendation we have is to recommend to your clients to use the at-home care. That's it. And that because it has what we call a smart release technology. So if they use the at-home care, it continues that smart release. So for weeks to come, it keeps kind of releasing some of that product that helps to make the hair feel great. So it doesn't go away. That feeling doesn't go away within a week or two. It continues for the next month or two.
Cool. So the next video that we're going to talk about is a whiteout. And so typically in a video shoot, what we're looking for in a model to have success every time is somebody with lighter hair, right? So not somebody that doesn't have super dark hair. But you were talking about when you used Defy Damage at that shoot, you had somebody with dark hair, correct? And you had to lift them up. So let's talk about that process. Like a lot of people want to know, like what is your recommendation if somebody has really dark hair to get them to that white hair? Is it in a day? Does it take a lot longer than that? Like what is your thing? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, personally, when I get requests for something like that, I do. I almost treat it like it's a video shoot or a hair show. Like you have to be the right kind of candidate to be able to get that in a day. So I do the same. I look for people with light hair. If they have pre-existing color, I'll say, listen, it's not going to happen in one day. And most of the time, the clients don't want to make the investment that it's going to take to do that in one shot anyway. That's like an all-day affair.
Yeah.
So I typically will break it up. It's not something I'll do in one shot. I'll say this is, maybe like 3 different services, and we're going to space them out to give your hair time to recover each time. So, you might do phase 1 today. We'll book you in 6 to 8 weeks. You can do the next one. And then, another 8 weeks or so, we'll do the next one. And each time getting them progressively lighter until they hit their goal. But it's definitely, for me, it's not something that I would do in one shot, because the amount of foiling that would have to go into it, because you'd have to go so fine to get that kind of a lift in one shot and do a full platinum card. It's just, for me, it's too much time, too much effort.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. And then Ashley's saying, do you automatically charge for that in your color service price? So when you use that product, you charge for it?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's different. I know some salons that incorporate it right into their pricing. So they bumped up their prices, we'll say like $5 a color service across the board. And they always include it in. So you can do it that way. And then I know people like myself, we do it as an add-on. So we just charge a set price every time that we use it, whether it's with color or as a standalone service, we just charge it as an add-on.
Cool. All right, sweet. So now we're going to get into the whiteout video because that'll kind of get us even more into this conversation. If you guys have questions, I love it. The queue really helps me see your question in the chat. So make sure that you're posting that if you have a question. Let's get started with the next video. Here it is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joico International Guest Artist Ricardo Santiago. Welcome to Joico's Education on Demand, your online source for salon classes and education 24/7. Today, I'm going to share with you all the important steps to the perfect double process blonde. This whiteout technique is a foolproof way to achieve a flawless, icy platinum blonde every single time. First, pre-treat the hair with the next generation in bond building Defy Damage Pro Series 1 Bond Protecting Color Optimizer. Vigorously shake the can and angle it downwards as you spray the hair in short bursts, 3 to 6 inches away from the hair. Defy Damage is an easy-to-use spray-on bond protector that will provide 80% less breakage, make the hair 5 times stronger, and maintain over 90% color vibrancy. That makes all my color clients happy to know their color is going to last longer and their hair will be stronger. Apply it to horizontal sections about 2 inches apart. This will help to protect the hair from damage during the chemical services. I like to comb through for even distribution throughout the hair. You can already see shiny, healthier looking hair. For the first part of this technique, I'm going to use the following formulas. Formula 1 for the regrowth is Blonde Life Cream Lightener mixed with 10 volume Lumishine Developer. Formula 2, which I'm going to apply from mids to ends in the back, is Blonde Life Cream Lightener mixed with 20 volume Lumishine Developer. To start my application, first divide the hair into quad sections. Outline each section with Formula 1, then work through each quad applying Formula 1 to the regrowth. I like to take fine, paper-thin sections when doing a double process blonde. Saturation is key, and depending on the hair type and texture, you may need to take even finer sections to ensure complete saturation. I love using Blonde Life Cream Lightener for my double process blondes. It has a creamy consistency and contains Blonde Life's exotic oil blend of Tamanu and Manoi oils. This blend helps protect, strengthen, and moisturize the hair throughout the blonding process. It also allows me to get shiny, healthy results with 77% less breakage and makes the hair 4 times more resistant to damage with 9+ levels of lift. Now let's move on to the mids and ends. Be sure not to overlap the formula to maintain the integrity of the hair. To ensure this, keep your brushes clean and take minimal product for application. You can always add more. Start at the bottom left quad, take a horizontal parting, and apply Formula 2 from mids to ends. Place a foil underneath at the nape, then apply Formula 2 from mids to ends to 2 additional horizontal partings. Continue working up the head, placing a foil between every 3 horizontal partings. Repeat on the opposite back quad. Move to the front right quad and repeat the process with Formula 2 from mids to ends, placing a foil after every 3rd parting as you work up the section. Repeat on the opposite side. Process to a level 10, palest white yellow, then rinse, shampoo, and condition with Blonde Life Violet and towel dry the hair. Now it's time to tone. Formula 3 is Lumishine DD Dimensional Deposit Demi-Permanent Cream Color 10SB mixed with 5-volume Lumishine Developer. When doing multiple processes in the salon, you can use Defy Damage Pro Series more than once. For this look, I use Pro Series 1 again before I tone the hair. Spraying Pro Series 1 onto dry hair before I tone will even out the porosity of the hair. Apply Formula 3 to the regrowth area first, then to the mids and ends. Process for 5 to 10 minutes or until a pale white silver tone is achieved. Shampoo with Defy Damage Protective Shampoo and treat with Defy Damage Pro Series 2. Rinse and apply Defy Damage Protective Shield throughout the mids and ends, then style as desired. I hope you enjoyed this class. For more classes like the one you just watched, be sure to check out our digital education library linked in the description below. Thank you for watching.
It's so funny because, Ricardo, every time I see that ending happen and I see your face, you just smile because the closing of that video took us a while.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, forever.
And it was like the last thing that we did too. And I'm pretty sure you even put your shirt back on, like you had changed outfits and you had to get back into, like, I don't know. It was, it's just
I did. I had my other shirt underneath that shirt trying to hide like I wasn't doing the same thing twice.
All right. Rhonda's asking why every third section. I'm not sure. Does that make sense to you? That question?
Yeah, I was doing it because of because of her particular density. Her hair was pretty fine, but she had a good amount of it. She also had a ton of lowlights and highlights mixed in there, which is why we had to kind of play with the formulas a little bit. But I took every third to make sure that it wasn't like too thick. You could, if somebody has thicker hair, I would do like maybe like 2 sections that you take, do those compact foils. It's just, when you're doing a global application, it's better than trying to foil every single section like a platinum card. It just saves you a little bit more time. You can move through it quicker.
Nice. And then Lynn was asking, she said roots are usually last, but you painted the roots first. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so because she was with as light as she already was, with the exception of her underneath was still pretty dark, but the top, she had some, like I said, some highlights and lowlights, and her natural level, I think, was like an 8, probably sitting between a 7 or an 8. So if you stagger your developer and you go with a lower developer at the roots first and then go out to a higher one, they'll catch up because they're both running a race to the same point. It's just every time you bump that developer up, it speeds up your pace. So if I went with a lower developer first and then bumped the developer so that it would catch up, and it wouldn't sit as long on those mids and ends.
Cool. That's great. All right, sweet. And I'm sure you guys saw that it was how particular he was. Like even the spread of the lightener on the section was the same all the way through. It's just, it blows my mind. It's the best thing to film, just so you know. Like, it's the hardest thing to film is somebody that's like really like all over the place, and you make that very easy. So, all right. Great analogy. Both are running a race. That's a good one. Let's see. I think that's it for questions on that one. Kristen's saying, "Oh, I want a whiteout client. Got to find somebody."
Yeah. Everybody wants a whiteout client.
I know. It's funny because whiteouts are like, you have to do them for free because it's very hard. I mean, I know that there are stylists out there that have a clientele based on white hair, but to start, like to build your reputation, you really got to like dedicate time to doing it and building a portfolio of white hair and get good at it because this is the thing too. It's like, it's very hard to create a video about a whiteout because every scenario is different. Everybody has a different base level. Everybody has a different story of color throughout their mid shafts and ends. Like, everybody's hair is different. That girl's hair had blonde on the ends and, you know, in a nice section of root, like, but you never know, like, what's going to happen. So you can't do a video and say, this is exactly how you do it. You have to make those mistakes and kind of learn as you go and get good at it so that when the scenario comes up, you know what to do, right?
Exactly. I agree.
All right, so the last video that we're gonna roll here is taking the same whiteout, but now we're gonna add fashion color to it. Right, so we're gonna do that. If you guys have questions, add more questions. We got Ricardo for a little bit longer. So type Q and then put your question in to the chat so that we can answer those for you. Here is the next video. Here it is.
Hi everyone, I'm Joico International Guest Artist Ricardo Santiago. Welcome to Joico Education on Demand, your online source for salon classes and education 24/7. Today's class is all about pastel perfection. My frosé technique using Joico color intensity is the latest trend in wearable fashion colors. This look combines the perfect rose gold with a cool silver. Let's get started. Start off with hair that's been lightened to an all over cool level 10. To see how I lighten my model, click here for my whiteout technique. First, pre-treat the hair with the next generation in bond building, Defy Damage Pro Series 1 Bond Protecting Color Optimizer. Vigorously shake the can and angle it downwards as you spray the hair in short bursts, 3 to 6 inches away from the hair. Defy Damage is an easy-to-use spray-on bond protector that will provide 80% less breakage, make the hair 5 times stronger, and maintain over 90% color vibrancy. That makes all my color clients happy to know their color is going to last longer and their hair will be stronger. Apply it to horizontal sections about 2 inches apart. This will help to protect the hair from damage during the chemical services. I like to comb through for even distribution throughout the hair. You can already see shiny, healthier looking hair. Now let's mix the formulas we'll be using. Formula 1, the base color, is color intensity 2 parts clear, 1 part violet pearl, and a half part lilac. Formula 2 is equal parts color intensity silver ice and clear. Formula 3 is color intensity 2 parts clear and 1 part rose gold. Formula 4 is color intensity 2 parts clear, 1 part blush, and 1 part pink. For a stronger, more intense look, remove clear from the formulas. You can also do this technique with your own custom formulas. Start the sectioning by creating a large diamond section that extends from the occipital bone to 2 inches above the front hairline. Then section the diamond in half, from ear to create 2 large triangles. This technique is inspired by the bespoke bob sectioning to mimic the tailored feel and versatility of the bob into my color technique. Just like the bob, this color technique can be tailored to you and your client's desires. Start at the nape and apply Formula 1 using a shadow root method to the entire back section. Apply Formula 2 to the rest of the hair in the back section. Work in diagonal slices and melt the point where the 2 formulas meet. You'll love the color intensity formula because it's 100% intermixable. So you can combine colors to create endless custom shades, tones no other colorist can recreate. Color intensity is made for creative coloring. Its no bleed consistency makes it perfect for artistically challenging techniques and melts. You also don't have to worry about condition with color intensity. Every shade is infused with Joico's exclusive quadramine complex and kukui nut oil for guaranteed healthy looking hair and gorgeous shine every single surface. Move to the bottom front section and repeat. Repeat on the opposite bottom front section. Move to the back triangle and apply Formula 1, the base color, using a shadow root method. Work in diagonal slices that mirror the partings, alternating Formula 3, then melting in blush, then violet, then rose gold, then silver. When I color melt, I like to change up where the melting point starts. This gives my creations more dimension and also customizes the look to the client. That's what I love about this technique. I can take the main idea and transform it into a customized look for every client by changing up the color melting point, the formulas, or even how I start my sectioning. If you want more color melting, enlarge the diamond sectioning. Or if you want less color melting, make the diamond sectioning smaller. The more color melting you have, the more dimension the hair will have. It's perfect for any hair type. Let's move to the front triangle and repeat the process, working diagonally to mimic the angle of the triangle. Process for 20 minutes. Here's a tip when working with color intensity. Rinse the hair with cool water. This rinses off the color and helps seal the cuticle, which seals in the color. Shampoo with Defy Damage Protective Shampoo and treat with Defy Damage Pro Series 2. Pro Series 2 will replenish the bonds for damage-resistant, healthy-looking hair in just 1 use. After 5 minutes, rinse again and apply Defy Damage Protective Shield from mids to ends. Then style the hair as desired. My frosé technique is perfectly on trend for clients who want to experiment with fashion tones and pastels like silver, blush, and rose gold. You can take fashion from the runway to the salon. There are over 30 wow-worthy color intensity shades for you to play with, from bold jewel tones to brights to pastels to metallics, and they last up to 20 shampoos. I hope you enjoyed this class. For more classes like the one you just watched, be sure to check out our digital education library linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.
All right. Ricardo, you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, that was wow worthy.
Wow
I can't
worthy.
believe they made me see that line.
It was wow worthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lynn
Man.
says, wow, 20 shampoos. Wow.
So I saw her question earlier. She was asking how long would that color last. That color in particular is really designed for like 10 to 15 shampoos because they're pastels.
Okay.
But typically the intensities that are not in the pastel range are like 20 to 30 plus shampoos.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, the color intensities, our Joico intensities are absolutely my favorite fashion color line because they're intense. I mean, I guess it's the best way to say it. Like, and what you see on the bottle is like the color that you see on the cover of it is what you get, which is really nice. Let's see.
Yeah, they were appropriately named for sure.
Yeah, she's saying, how long does it last? We got that one. What happened to color butters? What is that?
Oh, that was the conditioner-based colors.
Okay.
Like the color treatment. Yeah, those unfortunately were discontinued.
Okay. Is
Switching
white
my
out
life to Joico.
nice. Is
I like that.
Is doing a whiteout the same as a bleaching? Yes. I think whiteout's just a friendly word. Like we just say it. It's a trendy way of saying that you're bleaching the hair out white, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we were trying to sit down when we were about to do that filming, and we were like, what can we name this that would grab attention? And so I think we said whiteout would be a good name.
Yeah, for sure. So is there anything else? What else do you have going on? If you guys have any other questions for Ricardo, I'm going to let him go soon. So type Q and then put your question so we can get those answered. Anything, any color questions you have, post them in the chat. That's what this show is all about, is just connecting with you guys. He's showed you guys some cool stuff today, so I hope you guys like that. Ricardo, what do you have, so obviously there's no hair shows. So what's like your day-to-day right now? Because you work in the salon as well, correct?
Yeah. So we have our own studio, and right now it's a lot of fielding questions from clients. Thankfully, my better half takes care of all that, Angela, which a lot of you guys have probably seen in the comments here. So she's been handling all that. Everyone's anxious to want to get back in. We don't know what it looks like or when, but in the meantime, I've just been, working on stuff here at home. You mentioned we've been doing some Instagram lives. They've been doing really well. We've been getting a lot of great feedback on them. Tons of views. We've got them on our page as well as Joico's page. And really just kind of working on kind of honing my craft. I signed up for a couple of education on demand video series that I'm practicing some stuff, right? So like some Sassoon Academy stuff. I signed up for Gianni Scumaci's online education platform. So just really kind of trying to refine my precision work and just figure by the time I do go back to work, I want to go back better than when I left. So I'm taking all this time and just keep working on the craft,
Yeah, that's really that's such a good point, and I hope people that are in the chat are really understanding that the fact that you say that you want to, that you're training right now to get better and get better. A lot of people, like, we've been preaching this the whole time, but we've had a lot of time off, a lot of time to like think and just figure out how can we get better. And I hope that everybody's taking advantage. Obviously you guys in the chat are, because you're watching, an education show, but hopefully hairdressers are understanding that there's never a top level. Like, you're super talented. You look at your Instagram, it's beautiful. I mean, the work that you guys do on there, your wife helps you with, like, on Instagram, right? You guys kind of do it. How does that work? Because I know you guys partner together in a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, she literally helps with everything, except for actually like applying color and cutting the hair. I mean, she'll help with styling. She helps with when we did have models in the salon, she would do the makeup, she would do the photography. We do everything basically together, but she carries a heavy load with it. You know, she does the majority of the online work as well, whether like on social media and all that stuff. So it's always collaborative, but she does handle a lot of it. And we literally work together. We're together all day, every day. So
yeah,
it's just the way it is.
It's the same with me and my wife. And somebody like, it was either last show or a show before, was like, you know, it's really nice that you mention your wife a lot. And I was like, well, I don't feel like I mention her enough, because like, you know, we're like, we get the glory a lot of the time, because, you know, it's right. Whatever it is, like people know my face, or they see your work on Instagram and it's your name on there, but like, they don't realize that there's like my wife does more behind the scenes than I do. I get to come on here and have fun and hang out with everybody and have a good time. But like, there's a lot more that goes into everything. Like, the 3 videos that we watched that were 12 minutes today, we spent days making them. So like, people don't realize how much work goes into it. And then how many people are behind this, like not how many people, it's usually like my wife is behind the scenes, your wife, you know, but there's a lot of help that goes along with this whole thing. So it's cool that you guys work together and, you know, have that relationship.
Yeah. I mean, we spent days making those videos, but even after I went home and you guys were still working on them for way beyond that, like just the amount of editing and cutting things down. Like, I don't think people understand there's hours and hours and hours of footage, and somehow you have to find a way to chop that down to exactly what they want. And it's not easy.
And the art of that is, you know, making it shorter but educational at the same time. Like, that's like the hardest part, you know? And that's where I don't think somebody that's not a hairdresser can really do that job. You know, it's hard. It takes the right person, for sure, to be able to do it. And, you know, I don't do all the editing on those videos because, it's a bigger thing than me. I just have to make sure the education makes sense, you know? All right. So let's see. Are there any other questions? You guys are very welcome. Lots of thank yous. Following Ricardo. Good job, Peggy.
Awesome.
Pivot point, mannequin hair with 100% hair, I use Pivot Point. Do you have any mannequins that you recommend?
I mean, I mostly use Pivot Point. I think it depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to play with like fashion colors and you don't feel like bleaching out a mannequin, Hair Art does have one called the Olivia. It's already a level 10 blonde. Yeah. That one's great for like fashion colors, but for the most part, same. I usually use Pivot Point, or I stick between those two, Pivot Point and Hair Art, but mostly Pivot Point.
And does that mannequin for Hair Art, is it long? Is it pretty long, the hair, or is it? It's not.
It's not. It's I think it comes in a 15 and a 17 inch, and that's it. So they're not very long. And you got to get pretty creative, I think, to try to make it look like they're longer than they are. But they may come with a longer one. I don't know if there's a 19 inch, but I know that the price does go up for each length that you get.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, but one thing I would say is that if you can bleach a mannequin to white, like, you're going to be pretty well off because their hair isn't great. So if you can figure out how to do that and do it quickly, like, it is good practice to do that. So like start maybe with a blonder mannequin, maybe a level 8 mannequin, and start practicing that way. And then maybe work your way down to darker mannequins, because the hair is so processed that even if you can get it close, it's good practice for clients, you know.
Plus you don't have heat coming off the scalp like you would with a client. So there's a lot of, it's good. It is good practice.
I've actually had, Carly, you know Carly from the salon here. She helps me out like with a lot of like pre-color of mannequins, because one of the hardest things is like I have to make color videos and I use mannequins most of the time in the videos. So what I'll do is have Carly do some kind of coloring technique on them so they look pre-done, like pre-highlighted. And then I can go in and I can either do a demi color video, or I can do like, or I can bleach them out even more. But at least they have that base or some kind of dimension, so it looks like they're a client. I'll be like, can you color this one so it has like 2 inches of roots? And then I can, work through. But it's good practice for her, and and it makes the mannequins kind of work out too. So pivot point's good. I like the Erica mannequin. You can get that. That's a brown mannequin, and then there's Diane. I think this is Diane.
Diane and Maddie, I think also. Maddie's
Diane.
like a longer length. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, those are all good. They're not cheap though. So, figure out, I would put a plan together, and that's kind of my, thing is like put a plan together, what education you want to get out of that mannequin. Like you were saying, like depends on what you want, and then plan it out so that you get the most use out of it. So you're not, you spend $60 on a mannequin and then you can, get, 6 techniques out of it instead of just cutting bangs and a bob and then it's over. And then you can't do anything.
And then you're screwed. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like don't take a 20-inch mannequin and go straight into a pixie. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. So Ricardo melted his first mannequin, laugh out loud. That's hilarious.
Hey, don't be telling people that, Angela. Come on.
She's calling you out.
Right into the book.
That's they got to keep us in check,
Yeah, but hey, it happens.
For sure. All right, cool. So where can everybody follow you? Why don't you let everybody know that? And I'm going to let you go in a sec. So where can everybody follow you? What do you got going on coming up next? What's up?
So you can always find me at Stylist Ricardo Santiago. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Stylist Ricardo S on TikTok. But we focus mostly on Instagram. We've been doing a lot of lives on there. We've probably got some more coming with some cutting, some precision cutting, some coloring. And then we have a big event that we're doing on May 18th. That's going to be all live digitally. I think that's also a Monday. So in case people are going back to work already, they can still catch it. And that's with Joico and Behind the Chair. So that's going to be huge. Something that we've got in the works. And I'm sure as time gets closer, you guys will see a lot more of that being posted on my page as well as all the other channels to kind of promote it and talk about it. But that'll be great. And like I said, we got more stuff coming. We'll just keep churning it out.
Yeah, I feel like, and I got an email, like I said to you earlier, from Joico saying like they're going all in digital. Like I think they even brought on a second person. Like they're bringing on a team.
They did.
Because where a lot of people like I know this for a fact that some companies kind of freaked out in this time. I think Joico stepped it up and said, you know what, industry's going digital, so we're gonna go all in. So hopefully there'll be a lot more coming up in the future for sure. And we'll see you for sure. You actually have a class too that I know we were going to play it today. But if you go to his IGTV, it's on there, right? Or your Instagram, click the link, right?
Yeah.
How do they get to it?
We have both of them. It's on both. So you can either click the link on the tile, like on our Instagram. There's 2 of them right now. There's one that we just put up there called the Golden Hour Glow. It's a dimensional color technique with specific sectioning and stuff. And then we have a full breakdown. I have visuals and stuff like that. We did the same thing with the other one, which is called the angle method, which both of them are buildable techniques that we've got part 2s and potentially part 3s coming out with them. And both of them are on our Instagram and on IGTV. So if you go on there, I think they're both, the Golden Hour is the first one, and then angle method might be like the 6th one. So you'll see them on there, or you can just jump over to IGTV and watch it there.
Okay, cool. So everybody go follow Stylist Ricardo Santiago on Instagram and everywhere else. And how's TikTok going for you?
Hey man, look. I'm on it. That's all I gotta say. It's mostly videos of my dog's butt kind of bouncing on a chair. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I want to be the social media guy, but I I'm waiting for TikTok to make that shift to, I'm on there, like Free Salon Education is on there, but I'm posting videos and it doesn't really I don't think they're ready for education. They're ready for dancing. So it's a little
yeah, they want entertainment, not education.
Yeah, entertainment. Yeah. So, and I'm not very entertaining. So, all right, man.
I'm with you.
I know we're very similar in that way. All right, cool. So, so thanks so much. Thanks for being on the show. Can't wait to have you back on here. We'll do some more stuff together. Hopefully, as soon as these quarantines are over, we can figure out something else to work on together. And that's it. So go follow Ricardo. What I'm going to play for you guys now as I let him go is the promo for our app. If you're not on the FSE Now app, you better go there. Join our community. All you have to do is sign up, create a profile. You can start sharing your work within the app. And then so we can see it, everybody can like it, comments on it. And then also all of this education that you're seeing here is on the app, and this show will be on the app today as well. So go check it out. Here's the promo. Ricardo, thank you so much for being on the show. I'll be back in just 1 sec.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks. Here we go. Promo time. That doesn't work. All right, guys. So what'd you think of Ricardo? Let me know in the chat. He's gone now, so he can't see it. So you can tell me the truth. All right. Show's going well. I actually think this was one of the best shows yet. What do you guys think? FSE app. Thanks, Angela. Appreciate that. He's won the duel. All right, Lynn. He's won the duel. Great show. Thanks, Ashley. Rhonda, thank you so much. I believe this is one of the best shows yet. We're 50 minutes in. I want to keep the subject of this show what it was. I'm going to try to get, so you guys saw that there was a modern cut on that finished look that Ricardo did, that bob, that blunt, beautiful, bespoke bob. So maybe I can get Richard Manna on here next week. Let's see. I don't know what his schedule's like, but maybe I can also just play that video for you guys next week because it's a super good one. So I want you guys to go sign up for the app now. Make sure you share this video as much as you can, whenever you can, because we're trying to grow this community, trying to grow this show, create something really awesome. Thank you guys so much for all the kind words and all of that. Still watching. Thank you. All right, cool. Great. Peggy, Rhonda, Lynn, Rainbow, Angela, Gladys Harris. Some new names. I like seeing that. I shared before the show. Lynn, you're the best. Angela drank the FSE Kool-Aid. Yes. All right, Peggy. Cool, guys. Thank you so much. We definitely killed it today. You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. Have an awesome weekend. I can't wait to be back here Monday, sharing some more education with you guys. What do you want to see? Let me know in the chat. That's the final word I want to see in the chat. What do you want to see? Please don't go. I gotta go. I gotta go enjoy this rainy, beautiful day outside. So thank you, guys. Thank you. What do we say at the end of the show before we go? It's gonna be a great day. I'll see you guys soon.
Be a great day. Chop it, clip it, spray it, flip it.